Angel, or better known by his gamer alias Onin, is a 19-year-old Smash player from Michigan who is currently ranked number 9 in the entire world. And while Onin might play a minor on the big screen, thankfully he wasn't playing with a minor behind it. However, Onin does stand accused of sexual assault while under the influence of marijuana.
I hate when these bitches are like, yo, like, I have like a rape kink or whatever, and then like you go through with it, and it's like, okay, like, obviously that didn't work.
And 2 other offenses that have been redacted to maintain the accuser's confidentiality. So essentially what the public has been presented with is your run-of-the-mill hotel hookup gone sour. A Smash allegation without children? That's like chicken without seasoning. My black ass ain't eating it. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm not really black. Yes, I shaved my face. Okay, I'm trying something different. It's the holidays. If you like it, let me know in the comments. And if you don't like it, fuck you. Since Onin is a top 10 Smash player in the world, you know your boy had to hop back on this grift expeditiously. But it also helps that Onin was a total dick to me, which will not factor into this investigation whatsoever. Nah, but for real though, I will try to be as fair as possible, but I'm still going to be a dick about it, because I find this incredibly ironic, and it's pretty funny. The screenshots are pretty funny. Let's be honest here, but no, I will be fair. Onin is one of those players that everyone loves to hate. There's been videos made about, you know, separating the player from the character because he plays Steve, and not a lot of people like playing against Steve. They think he's carried. It kind of reminds me of another guy. Well, minus the exaggerated swagger of a Bayo main, of course. And when the whole crowd is against you, and you either can't afford headphones or just man up and stop complaining, the next best thing is to build up your mental firewall to filter out all the noise. But what if I hacked into your controller, stole your social security number, and emptied out your bank account? Not so tough now, are you? Maybe if you had the sponsor of today's video, you could have kept your cool and your life savings. Aura is an all-in-one digital security tool that I've actually recently started using myself to bypass some region-locked content, let's say. I live in Texas, so that's kind of important for research purposes. But also, I just got tired of getting endless spam texts after looking into health insurance one time. But with Aura, unlike the American healthcare system, they'll actively work to remove my information from predatory data broker lists. So Angelina will finally stop texting me. Aura also tracks your credit score, protects you from identity theft. I mean, it's really the complete package. So if you want to get started taking full control of your data, go to aura.com/technicals to try it for 14 days free. That's just enough time for Aura to start scrubbing your personal info off these data broker sites without you having to lift a finger. Now, what's going on with this case? I leave for, what, a couple weeks to grift? I finally start the Hassan grift, and now we got more shit? Okay, what do we got? November 17th, 2025. At 8:11 p.m., the Twitter account @LostZog would post a document as both a character witness and medium for the real accusation provided by Mocha, which for those of you that don't know, is Onin's 21-year-old ex-trans girlfriend. Zog's document begins with an excerpt from her before opening the floor to Mocha's testimony of an alleged sexual assault that took place Saturday, March 1st at Cavalier Clash 6. Always at a fucking event or hotel, man. I wonder if drugs were involved. She alleges that while dating, both of them met up with the expectation of physical intimacy, but after getting high and going back to their room, Onin began groping particularly the chest and crotch area, to which Mocha vocally repealed consent, and then Onin continued and only stopped when she began to cry. That's the story, okay? Now, Zog mentions how the Michigan Conduct Panel who reviewed the several cases against Onin, remember, there are 3, they not only showed him the confidential documents which compiled the 3 separate reports of misconduct, but also only decided on an 8-month ban after their deliberation was finalized. Personally, I don't have a problem with them showing Onin the document, because if you're in Onin's position, how the fuck are you supposed to defend yourself if 1, you don't know what you're being accused of, and 2, who's accusing you? But an 8-month ban would mean that the panel concluded that Onin was guilty to some extent, because that's way too long to be a slap on the wrist, but too short to be an actual punishment for sexual assault. Just look at Mango. Mango is beloved, and he still got a 1-year ban. So what's the deal? anyone else in the entire gaming industry, or hell, even on YouTube, if they had screenshots released of them genuinely having to ask, am I a rapist? They'd be an 8-month ban. That's pretty that's pretty generous. I don't know if it's all the weed Onen's been smoking, but these DMs are fucking insane. But let's keep in mind that even the accuser, Mocha, admits that this wasn't rape because there was no penetration. So that would only be classified as sexual assault if this were to go through any sort of court. I don't imagine it will, but that's the bar, okay? That's as high as it gets. The tournament organizer of Port Priority, Gyromite, is even willing to fight in court to defend his ban of Onen, which was only an initial ban pending an investigation by the Michigan team. Onen threatened to sue them because of the ban. Onen was about to sue someone on a Smash player's salary? Yeah, no, I don't think so. So Gyromite, clearly a permanent ban. Mango gets 1 year, so why is Onen only getting 8 months? My official guess is that they didn't actually view the allegation as criminal assault, but still needed to cover their bases. But then that begs the question, if it isn't criminal and just some interpersonal drama, then why ban him at all? And because I'm such a nice guy, let's see just how guilty Onen really is. Let's get the easy part out of the way first, because he's already guilty of a crime. What am I talking about? How can I prove that? Well, Onen is 19, which means that in both Michigan and Charlottesville, Virginia, where the allegation took place, it is illegal to consume marijuana under the age of 21. On November 29th, 2025 at 1:40 p.m., Onen finally posts his response to Mocha, in which he recounts taking edibles with her in a hotel room preceding the alleged incident on March 1st. And he's also confided in his friends on numerous occasions about his substance abuse problem, saying stuff like, "You stupid bitch. Give me my fucking weed." This dude is addicted to weed at 19 years old and gets most of his supply from other Smash players at events, which is illegal, by the way, and those people should definitely be serving a punishment as well. But since weed is one of those cool illicit drugs, just like letting kids underage drink at Smash events, which was a whole fucking thing, I doubt any kind of enforcement is going to be seen on that front whatsoever. Oh, Tech, fuck you, man. I thought you were black. You thought wrong. If you want to know the two main causes for a lot of these allegations, it's 1, autism, and 2, substance abuse. And I say that with full sincerity. However, thanks to the help of the Smash community, Onen's dependency on weed has gotten so bad that he actually has withdrawal symptoms. What? I looked this up. That's a real thing. Okay, so Onen's addicted to weed. He might have been a little bit irritable, nervous, anxious. Obviously, that's not an excuse for sexual assault if that did happen in the hotel room. You can't be like, "Oh, dude, I was high." Dude, what do you expect me to do? I was fucking high, man. Going back to Onen's response document, he actually lies about the panelists not reaching out to him before coming to a decision, which was the 8-month ban. I reached out to Onen. I didn't get any response. I got a response from every other single person, but no Onen. So that tracks. I don't know what Onen's talking about here. It doesn't bode well for your case when you're lying. In Onen's series of events, there is a significant difference in the story of how things went down in the hotel room. Onen alleges that Mocha initiated oral on him without any signal, any consent, or whatever, and Onen's response to that is what the groping is that we're seeing in both stories. Mocha, however, denies that that ever took place. It's getting a little more complicated, and it will get even further complicated as we look at the rest of this. After the fact, on the next day, Onen alleges that they were still hanging out together, and Mocha went as far as laying her head on his shoulder while they were spectating matches or hanging out at the event. But Mocha says that she was avoiding him the whole time. The whole next day, they didn't even hang out. Apparently, there's people that witnessed that. I have not gotten those witness testimonies, but to be fair, I mean, those people could just lie and support Mocha anyways because that's their friend. Now there's 2 scenarios where people are saying 2 different things, and they both can't be right. Somebody's fucking lying here, and I don't like it. This is another thing that kind of throws me off with Onan. When Onan posted his response, in the replies, people were talking about Mocha's age, and Onan almost seemed to be confused about how old Mocha might have been, when you can very clearly see that in DMs, Mocha sent her birthday to Onan. Onan acknowledged her age in DMs, but then he's showing like a screenshot of, oh, she had 27 in her bio at one point. The fuck does that matter? You know that she's not 27. Why are you even bringing that up? It's just little things like that where it almost seems like inconsequential character attacks that make me feel like he's lying on some level. I was able to at least get the category of offenses for the other two anonymous accusations that were used against him. One of them is a revenge porn case from probably like 4 or 5 years ago when they were both minors. So that gets a little bit, you know, dicey. And then the other one is alleging manipulation through self-harm. Now, we actually see that in the correspondence between Mocha and Onan, where Onan, right after, was feeling very apologetic, saying, you know, how they'd want to die and stuff like that. But then in the inverse, Mocha is attempting to salvage the relationship and wants to kind of force Onan onto a call by mentioning how good cigarette burns feel on their skin. And it's just like, man, this is a toxic relationship. Neither of these people should be together. The whole, I'm gonna rape and kill you thing, that's, like, out of context, it's a pretty funny meme, and is the entire reason, well, that and, like, some of the other messages, like, holy, that Onan got as much backlash as he did. But what the fuck is this? Is this, like, an inside joke? Why is Mocha saying this to him a month later? And even going so far as to continually sexually proposition him after their relationship had already ended. And as if that wasn't crazy enough, one of Onan's friends secretly recorded him, and then it was published by Mocha. In it, Onan is venting about how easily a rape kink can go wrong when you attempt to indulge in it. Take a listen.
Like, another thing too, it's like I hate when these bitches are like, yo, like I have like a rape kink or whatever, and then like you go through with it and it's like, okay, like obviously that didn't work. So like why the fuck did you just set me up? Like that's why I don't like rape kinks, bro. Like cause it just takes one moment where like she's like, oh yeah, I didn't consent to that. And you're just fucking cooked. Like what the fuck? Like I can't go along with that. And I literally asked her last night, I was like, why would you like say you have like a kink for that and then like, you know, like do that? And she was like, yeah, I mean, we were both high. Like I'm not mad at you or whatever. Like I don't mind because we were both like intoxicated, but I mean, you know, you can still do it. But I was like, okay, well, like obviously I'm not gonna do it now because like it didn't really go well the first time. So yeah, I don't know. And she started like she was like flirting with some people on Twitter like in front of me. It was really weird. It was very weird actually.
I'm gonna need a light. Holy dude. If you want some advice, this is just for Onan, but everyone in the audience as well. You guys can listen in, and if you can glean some valuable knowledge from that, that would be perfect. If your partner has a rape kink, make sure that you have that in writing, preferably on several occasions and somewhere where you can archive it, whether that be a USB stick or a signed piece of paper. And if you're daring enough to indulge in it, don't just start raping all willy-nilly. There's fucking processes you gotta go through and shit. Because there's a 50-50 chance of you ending up on the receiving end of that gamble, if you catch my drift. Onan was trying to pull what we call a level 5 maneuver, when he really should have stuck to the basics. Now, did Onan rape someone? No, of course not. Remember, even Mocha acknowledged that at the worst, this would be considered sexual assault. The only thing that muddies the water for me is I have no idea what they planned to do before they met up, and there's a couple inconsistencies, which makes me think that someone's lying here. Onan claiming that the panelists didn't reach out to him. It's a blatant fucking lie. Mocha stating in her document that physical intimacy wasn't explicitly mentioned when it is. It doesn't really get more explicit than literally saying, we need to fuck at Cav Clash. I mean, she provided an explanation to me, but that kind of seems like rationalizing it after the fact, because what was conveyed is very obvious that, you know, it wasn't really talked about when it was talked about. And then there's the fact that Onan, a few days after, is ranting to a friend in private about a rape kink. So I'm assuming that at some point, either during the event or before the event, they were talking about rape kinks. Mocha using similar terminology in DMs makes it seem like it's a running gag between them. I don't know if that's joking about the incident, or if that's just something that they've said before, so Onan felt more comfortable saying it. I don't fucking know. What I also found weird was that Zog and Mocha finding out about the 8-month ban and the 2 out of 5 panelists voting against the ban, that wasn't the only thing that factored into them posting their documents. There's another element to this where they're actually holding it over Onan's head and trying to use it as a way to force him to address his substance abuse problem. You should not be doing quid pro quo with allegations, okay? That's fucking blackmail. This is blackmail, okay? I'm not a fan of that. I'm gonna be honest. But if I'm being honest about just this situation between Onan and Mocha, Onan is a fucking idiot, okay? But that's because he's young. He's young and he's gonna make mistakes in the bedroom because he doesn't have experience because he's not a Giga Chad. He grew up as a Smash player, okay? He's not getting any. That's what you need to understand. He's not getting any, okay?
And the honest truth is I was with Aiden Ross and Ice Spice and Kaisi Nat, and we were actually having a 12-hour edging session.
So when you tell a young buck like Onan, hey, I like rape, that's something I'm into, he's like, oh, I gotta take the initiative. I gotta get in there. Oh, and then he posts about, oh, I raped you. Am I a rapist? He doesn't even know what fucking rape is, dude. Honestly, he doesn't even know what rape is, man. That's what sucks, is he doesn't know what rape is. He didn't even have a chance. Nah, dude, but that's the whole story. They just both got really fucking high and touched his girlfriend, and then she didn't like it. He's too fucking high or too fucking stupid to realize that that's not part of the role play when they didn't discuss the role play ahead of time. Guys, if you're gonna do shit like that, if you're gonna try to be kinky, first off, pretend like you're not a Smash player and ask for consent first. It's that easy. And Onan, when you say stuff like, I raped you, that doesn't look good on paper, buddy. I know because I printed it out in color. Get off of Twitter, maybe go to the gym, okay? Start tracking your macros and start behaving your fucking age, because you're acting like a dumbass. Was an 8-month ban sufficient? I don't know. Maybe I'd give him like 6 months or 6 or 7, just to think it over. Think over how fucking stupid those Discord DMs were. But really, this is just a case of miscommunication in a relationship with people who really should not be dating. That's the moral of the story. Anyways, I'm fucking off. I got another grift to get to. Very busy schedule. Onan, you're getting filed away, buddy. Okay? Don't let it happen again. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next one. Man, they just keep doing it. I don't know how they keep outdoing themselves. Honestly, it's getting impressive now. Like, fuck, man. I'll pick myself up and down.